AI-powered websites.
Artificial intelligence.
Super intelligent AI.
There's many stories and anecdotes how AI replacing and taking the jobs from software engineers, QA engineers, and all other tech staff in the companies. So I decided to have a look what is happening with hiring on tech market right now in 2026. And let's have a look on the graph. And if we take today, January of 2026, we would stay on the 75% of the what we had in 2020. So that means we have quarter less job position available right now. And to figure out why is it, I decided to find answer on 3 questions. First question is how the macroeconomy situation shaping the current hiring market. Second question is how actually AI changing the productivity in the companies, and does it really replace current workforce? And how expectation from AI changing the how companies are hiring. COVID was black swan event on global economy market, and we've seen how during the lockdown many companies they frozen their production, their profit was dramatically falling down to the zero, and it was greatest threat to the global economy. And to prevent full collapse, United States government applied financial actions. And to stimulate economy, they started activity which known as helicopter money. Many companies could take the debt with 0% interest rate, and government start to pay salaries even workforce doesn't produce anything, and they run printing machines. So if we would look right now on the current volume of whole dollars, we would say that 40% of all dollars which we have right now was printed during this time. And all this stimulus and all this cash flow flowed primarily to the big tech companies, because everyone will stay just in their homes and use online services, and it is increased their revenue up to 40% if comparing year over year. During just 4 months from March of 2020 to the August of 2020, wealth of billionaires increased dramatically. Jeff Bezos, 130 billion to 189 billion. Elon Musk, 24 billion to 70 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, from 54 billion to 100 billion. And Bill Gates, from 98 billion to 118 billion. So I decided to analyze financial documents of 5 big tech companies for last 10 years, and these companies are obligated to publish their financial information every year. Let's have a look on that. And on this graph we can see how revenue was growing dramatically from 2020 to 2022. It's quite have big correlation with the supply of the money which was printed during that time. And management of these companies made big bet that the world changed forever, and we as society we fully move it online. So they would spend a lot of money to conquer the online space. It was the race for your attention, for how much time you spend as a user in their platforms. And they created new era, growth all cost. Big part of their revenue was spent on scaling of R&D, and as headcount was main predictor of their future growth, they will spend a lot of money on hiring. On this graph we can see how hiring was changing over time for last 10 years, and from 21 to 23 we could see dramatic increase, which followed this hiring freeze. During that time, tech market reached new high level of compensation, and new graduates could reach up to 220,000 annually. And helicopter money really helped to save the economy, but of course you have consequences of such action. And during the time of 2022 to 2023, we could see how inflation rate increasing, and to fix such huge number in inflation rate, central banks start to increase their interest rate. The era of growth all cost is ended. Companies were forced to prioritize profitability right now and not thinking about the future potential. And as bet on the online world didn't play, correction action must be taken. Big tech realized that overhired during the boom. To demonstrate resilience and improve margin in high rate environment, they initiated layoffs. and hiring freezes. So here on the graph, we can see how headcount was changing from 2023, and we see that there was some decrease in the headcount during this year, and after that we just stopped any hiring. With the rise of OpenAI, markets start to bet that AI will drastically increase the productivity and lower labor cost. So instead of spending money on R&D scaling as it was before, companies diverted all available capital investment into building expensive AI infrastructure to buy GPUs and build new data centers. But in the same time, by the end of 2025, we don't see any increase in productivity actually. If you would look on the revenue and profit per employee, we will not see some big changes. And I find it quite interesting because even big tech companies cooperating with clean data and cloud infrastructure don't see any results. How it gonna be work with other industries? Yeah, we can see that corporate adoption of AI is still very low, and there is no any drivers of expected margin expansion. And to prove that, I decided to take 208 companies from Fortune 500. Together, these companies represent 30% of GDP of United States per year. And these 208 companies stayed in the Fortune 500 for more than 10 years. So I decided to analyze how the productivity in this company is changing over time. Here on the graph, you can see that while revenue for last 2 years increased a little bit, but profitability actually decreased. So maybe this company are spending money on AI credits and implementation of AI, but actually not making any money. So right now in the hiring market, we can see the result of 3 years freeze, and the market is filled with these three groups: experienced laid off workers, unhired professionals from previous years, and university graduates. And the financial capital, which previously was used to support the hiring, is currently located in AI infrastructure. So yeah, as a result, we can see right now extreme job competition, and the interest rate is going down. So maybe we're gonna see some positive changes. Let me know what do you think about this in the comments. What do you think, will we see changes in hiring, and will really AI replace the headcount? I will appreciate any of your opinions, so please let me know what do you think about it.